Hey, what's going on YouTube channel? Stars down again. Go hard, go home. Y'all know how I do on this channel. Today I'm gonna be talking about the hierarchy of manhood. Okay, I got a little chart that I made for y'all that I want to show y'all that I think kind of explains my perspective on the hierarchy of manhood. Okay, the reason why I think that this type of stuff needs to be talked about is because, as y'all know, from watching plenty of my videos, I got some issues with some stuff in the manosphere or whatever you want to call it, or things, but this is my perspective of the world. But I think that this right here needs to get explained. I don't think enough guys understand this. So I'm going to do some of that today, at least from my perspective. Okay, before we get into that, you guys hit that subscribe button for me. Don't want the cash apps, don't want the doggone money, because the information right here, all this stuff, I feel like it needs to be free. All right, when I get ready to make some money, I'll just make a red pill channel and get rich that way. All right, so we don't need no money over here. But just do hit the subscribe button for me, okay? Because that's what keeps me interested. Okay, so now we got that part of the way. Let me say this also. If you red pill, MGTOW, black, purple, green, you might want to turn away right now. Because I'm probably going to hurt your feelings in the next few minutes or so here, about 10, 15 minutes of talking. Okay? Anybody else that wants to understand or wants to see it, well, here we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and get ready to go to this chart. All right, now the hierarchy of manhood, okay? Here's the deal about it. You got this stuff in this manosphere or however people are feeling about things, and they're always trying to categorize the guys, okay? What I've done in this video, the hierarchy of manhood, let me move myself up here. I've kind of done that, all right? So here goes the chart. Let y'all go ahead and look at it, okay? Male ranking order is what I call it. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start explaining these different groups here because I know you can all see them right now. I'm moving the mouse around here. You can see the mouse moving on the screen there. Here we go. You got the 10% at the top tier of this thing, which is the balanced man, okay? Then you got 10%, which is pseudo-alpha males, pseudo-alpha. They appear to be alpha, not. We can explain that in a second. And then you got 80% beta males, okay? 80%. Now, most of y'all, if y'all been watching this internet and looking at YouTube, even not even just YouTube, other doggone sources of this dating stuff or just people in general, guys tend to have an 80-20 rule where they think that 80% of the men, 80%, 20% of men get 80% of women, and it leaves these 80% of other men alone. Okay, and that's kind of what I'm going at with this chart. Okay, now one of the things that I've been talking about on my channel, is people come on there and they be like, "Well, what do you think about getting girls? Or what do you think about this or that?" I don't talk about all that on my channel because it's not what I'm here for. Okay, and it's not. It wouldn't help them anyway because the getting girls thing is not a how, it is a why. Okay, we're going to be going over that with this chart right here. Okay, it's not a how, it's a why. Remember that I said that. Okay, I left women out of this ranking order right now. I got another one where I put women in there, the hierarchy of dating. But this is just basic man hierarchy. This is not even just dating. This is across the board at work, uh, on the football field, on the basketball court. This right here exists. Okay. In that 10%, the balanced man at the top. Okay. This right here is your guys who have pretty much already made it in life, your high value men or whatever that you want to call. It's also though guys who have potential to be the high value men. For some reason, women will give clout to that, and they will give that 10%. top tier balanced man to a guy that they feel has potential. This is when you hear women saying, I would take him if he's got potential. This guy can be, he's not the 80%. He appears 80% because he doesn't have the money, and people think you have to have the money to be 10%, but that's not the truth. Okay? This guy got a lot of potential to be at the top, and women can recognize potential. So the 10% top balanced man doesn't have to be rich. Doesn't have to be rich. He's the guy that Kevin Samuels called the hungry. Okay, high earner, not rich yet. He's at that top 10% also in the balanced man. Okay, now in this second group, which is still part of that the top 20% that the other guys talk about, is why I did 10% right here and 10% right here. Okay, these two are still part of the same group. All right, the balanced man and the pseudo alpha are still part of the same group because they don't fit into the 80%. They might be 10% this and 10% that, but they're the top 20% of men that the guys keep crying about. All right. The pseudo alphas, this is your game coaches, pickup artist type guys, um, guys who may have like little businesses and stuff like that, but really it's like some hood business or some other shit. It's not somebody who's really a mainstream, just making money, millions and millions and millions on top of, or thousands, hundred thousands, or they're making their money a certain type of way. Basically, what I want to say is like, okay, like your pseudo alpha, it can be like your plumber, that type of thing. Somebody makes a lot of money but does with blue collar work. Okay, a lot of guys don't want to hear that, but the truth of the matter is, if you keep listening to what women are saying, they really want men that make money in white collar ways. That's really what it is. Okay, that's what puts you in the top 10%. Not you doing the work yourself. You're telling somebody else to do it. It's just my perspective. Don't shoot the messenger. But if you really pay attention to how things are in society, this is the answer that you get. Okay. So after you got the pseudo alphas, you got the 80%. That's the rest of everybody else. That's beta male. Okay. Nobody wants to hear that, but that's what it is. Okay. This is your regular everyday working guy. Because and the reason why it's beta is because and it can't be alpha. It can't be. The one guy, the one pickup artist on here, and Alpha Male Strategies, always tells the guys if you are, and he's right. He's right. If you're working for another man and you content with it, you gonna be beta forever. Not working for a man, another man, in order to get to the point where you don't work for another man. No, working for another man and being content with it. Then you got problems. You're gonna be staying at 80% forever. There's no sense for nobody even be telling you that you're coming out, which is the problem I have with some of the dating coaches and jump. Okay, they what's that? Getting back, getting this call. But anywhere it goes, right? The beta male, the beta males can't come up out of that. They can't if they don't decide to somehow wind up being the chief one day. But if you are happy being the Indian, you're gonna stay in the beta male plate forever. That's what's going, because you ain't never gonna be chief. And only women gonna put chief at the top. They only gonna do that. Okay. So don't shoot a messenger. That's just what that is. All right. Now, these things interact between each other. All right. Beta males, surprisingly, though they don't like the pseudo alphas, They take advice from them. They pick up artists and stuff like that. Like I say, MGTOW, Purple Pill, Black Pill, whatever, all those guys, they in that 80% beta male, but they're at the low ends of that. Surprisingly though, the doggone pseudo alphas are the Chaz and Tyrones these dudes be talking about. So I don't really get that part. See, the 10% top balance, man, you kind of really stay out of that. That's why you see me laugh at it or you see me speak about it, but you don't see me try to just explain why it is. I tell you about some of this other stuff, but trying to teach somebody game, you really can't do that. The 10% pseudo alphas, right, abuse the 80% of the beta males. These are guys that they pick on these guys, okay? And they got time to do it. This is why you know what I'm saying. Most of them have some type of high earning position where they're the manager or they that's why I be telling guys. I keep telling guys on my channel. At least become a manager on your job. At least pseudo alpha out. You can't become the doggone balanced man. At least pseudo alpha out. That way, you can increase your chances with women. Because it's not how you're going to do it. It's really a why. Women are going to pick for certain reasons. And if you're at the freaking bottom, they're not fucking picking you. And if they do, they're going to call that settling. And then you're going to get treated like you got settled for. Like I told you, this don't just flow through the dating world. This flows through jobs and stuff like that too. 10% man at the top who owns that company will have some pseudo alphas in charge of the beta males at the bottom. That's how that's going to work. These guys going to keep them pumped up with dreams the same way they do in the dating world. Because you ain't never going to be none of this right here if your ass don't get up off your shit and start thinking on your own. As long as you work with somebody else, you up on another man and you content with that, you never gonna be alpha. Nor balance. In the workplace, like I just said, you got the man at the top. He's got some of these guys right here that push these jokers right here. In the dating game, it works like this. These guys, much like me, are pretty much sitting it out. And I'll explain that shit to you. I'm not gonna sell that junk to you because here's the thing about game. It's always be sold. The pimps back in the day used to say the game to be sold, not told. And the reason why it didn't make no sense to tell it, especially not for free, is because the other person was never going to get what you're getting out of it. You could teach this person a few tricks, but you could not change their fundamental personality into being a certain type of person. They were going to have to do that. So you can sell them game all day. But all you're going to do is create a bunch of whiny ass babies like what you got on the internet right now because that game shit ain't going to work for them. And there's always going to have them running into certain women because they not have built themselves to the top level of thinking and balance themselves out. They have not done that. So they're going to remain at the bottom. Okay? That's how that ranking order works. You can climb this ranking order now. You can come from being a beta male and you can go to the top. This is the only thing about that, about us not being animals. You know what I'm saying? Now, the animals are a little bit different. Well, no, the animals are the same way. You just got to beat the motherfucker at the top, and then bam, that's it. You in there. Okay? It's not a how, y'all. It's a why. It's not how you do it. How you do it can be different. You coming to the top of your doggone community, it could be different from another way that another guy does it. One guy might get a bunch of doggone lunch trucks and go out there and be selling food all the time and then start giving to the homeless shelter and then he's doing other stuff in the community and the next thing you know, the mayor then gives him the key to the city and all the women can see this shit and they finna rank him up there high. That's what they're gonna finna do. He might do it that way. It might be another guy that gets a construction company, right? And he's doing most of the work for the city, and they putting him out in front of everybody and saying that he's doing this, he donates this, he does this, blah 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 blah. He's gonna get ranked up high. You see, you can as you could climb the doggone thing, but it's going to involve you doing something, and that's the problem with some of this ranking order that I think the guys need to get the understanding. A lot of guys just really don't want to do the work. Kevin Samuels made a video about that, and I think I'm going to go and find it and do a critique on it. Okay? Because I remember seeing that video. I didn't watch it, but I saw it on the feed thing, and I'm going to check it out. A lot of guys don't do the work, but this is the male ranking order. This is how it works. Okay? There's a little short class on it. Y'all hit me up and let me know what y'all think about it. But it works the same way in the dating system, and it works the same way it worked. Okay? At the top of this pyramid is always going to be some balanced out man that ain't about the bullshit. He's not going to look like a kid. He's not going to be 50 years old looking, wearing cool Modi shades and shit like that, like I see most of these jokers. Like the pickup artists, all of them except for the AMS guy and like Coach Greg Adams, you know what I'm saying? They just pretty like normal guys. But all the rest of them, shades, looking like kids, the young person vibe. But see, that's because they got to sell that to the beta male who's still a child himself. That's why I don't deal with it, John. That's why I won't do it myself, because I'm not gonna sit there talking to a bunch of kids all day. That's just really. What I'm gonna do is keep doing my videos and laughing at their ass. That's pretty much gonna be about it. But if you want to change as a man, you can. You can get it to you can go from the bottom to the top of the man ranking order. It is every boy's dream, and it's attainable by everybody. But the thing of it is the obstacles in your way are mostly going to be men. You got the pseudo alphas that are really just stepping on the betas. You know what I'm saying? And I said it's funny to me because those are the Chads and the damn Tyrones and the Pookies that the 80% guys be talking about. That's who's in the 10% pseudo alpha. Just like Lucario and doggone that angry man dude that I seen the other day. All them other pimp and other junk. These jokers be dressed certain ways, look like big ass kids. But you know that audience, if that's what it is. But if you're part of that audience, you definitely is some type of beta male. So you got to decide if you really want to stay there for the rest of your life. That's really what you got to do. And a lot of guys keep asking me, how do you do this? How do you do this? I'm not about how you do this. I'm telling you why this works. Okay. They keep talking about the doggone. Here's another thing that 10% does. They sell this damn self-improvement junk to the 80% down there. They sell that to them. That you're self-improving yourself. But the thing of it is if you do all of that work to self-improve yourself, you should come up on some of the principles that I'm talking about now on your own. I was an 80% guy myself. Okay. And if I don't succeed in the 10% at the top, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep having potential for the rest of your life. That means you can't be like the other people. Some people want to sit down. You got to keep going. You can go from the bottom to the top. Everybody starts. Unless you have parents who can hand you money or you was born with a certain type of skills or something like that. Pretty much everybody started at the bottom. And even the skilled people started at the bottom. They had to showcase their talent to get to where they were at. They still had to prove themselves in some type of way. The thing about being a man is you got to prove yourself to get to the top. And a lot of these guys, I think, just don't want to do it. That's why I'm explaining this type of stuff right here. They're not going to get that. They keep asking them, well, how? It doesn't matter how you do it, but you're going to fail the why anyway. So it really doesn't make any difference to tell you, unless it's just going to get rich off of you, which that's kind of what's happening to us, some of it. But hey, it's dog eat dog out here. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this, though. Drop me comments and let me know what y'all think. And I'm out of here on this one. That's the male ranking order. Okay. Y'all guys drop the junk. Let me know if y'all think this how it kind of works. Because hey, that's how I see it. That's how I see it. I'm being honest with you right now. That's how I see it. You got, yeah, you got that top 10%, the balanced guys, they not really worried about them. And I can tell you the truth. The pseudo alpha don't care about the beta male either. Nobody cares about the beta male. That's why you gotta stop being one. Nobody cares. They make these videos and they crying and complaining and all this stuff about getting treated this type of way in high school and getting this and that and getting dead like this or whatnot. But the whole thing of it is nobody cares. You're either gonna do something about it yourself and climb your butt up out of that damn pit and get towards the top, or you're gonna get stepped on and laughed at. There ain't no room for weakness in the male hierarchy, guys. This is Sparta. Okay? Yeah. This manhood thing, this is Sparta. One weak link in the chain, the whole thing doggone bust. And we don't do it. So, y'all let me know what y'all think about that. I'm out of here. Hit that subscribe button for me. Peace.